This is my intro music. Welcome to the video. I hope you like it lots, so don't forget to subscribe and click the thumbs up button. Now let's react.
Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to an Anthropologist watches Sam at every size. Hang on. Hear me out. I like Sam. I like Sam a lot. Every time I watch something with Sam, I have thoughts. And so I've decided to react to Sam's videos. Being a reactor does not necessarily mean that I'm going to sit here and critique every goddamn thing she says. I will critique some things. But for the most part, I agree with Sam. And I agree with the topics that Sam brings up. However, I do have thoughts, and I want to share them. And instead of writing paragraphs in her comment section, I'm going to make a video. And I'm going to start a video conversation. Will Sam respond? I don't know. Do I need Sam to respond? No. If she did, would it be cool? Yes, very. But that's not the point here. The point is that I feel like two intelligent people can have a conversation via video, and it's fine. And it can be a reaction, and that's also fine. Sam and I both have kind of the same opinion on fat acceptance and health at every size, and I've been wanting to do more FA and Hayes content anyway, because that's honestly my biggest pet peeve with the internet right now. I know there's so many other things that I could be irritated about, but and I am. I just don't want to talk about them. I don't want to hear other people's opinion on it. Sorry. But this kind of stuff, this stuff we can talk about. So I wanted to go back a ways. Like this particular video that we're getting ready to watch is a month old. I know, I'm behind. But this is the whole FatGirlFlow is angry with another woman can wipe Bootygate 2024. If you're not aware of what this is, which some of you surprisingly are not, but hey, guess what? There was a woman, and we'll get into it when we watch Sam's video, who posted she posted something on her social media talking about how she was losing weight because she can't wipe her own ass. And FatGirlFlow, one of the fat acceptance, health at every size, charismatic leaders, because that'll come up, she took offense to this and then proceeded to write in her own social media about how not only can she not wipe her own ass, she's okay with it. She's proud. And I'm like, that was out loud. Did you know that? This is okie dokie. So we're gonna watch this video, and I am gonna watch the whole thing. It's 22 minutes long. She is sped up to time and a quarter. I'm gonna double check that in a second. But so if she seems really, really animated for whatever reason, it's because she's sped up. It's not how Sam normally is. And yeah, and I have more than a couple videos of Sam's that I want to react to. So this is going to be a little bit of a series, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Before we get much further, thank you to everybody who is supporting the channel. We're almost to 4,000 subscribers. When we get there, I'll do an AMA. And we're not that far away. Thank you to my subscribers, thank you to my members, thank you to everyone who's going to hit the thumbs up button, ding ding. And yeah, one of the main reasons I like Sam is because she and I have a very similar background. I think Sam's background is in history. Mine's in anthropology, obviously, because that's what I said. Obviously. I don't 100% know what Sam does in her day-to-day life. I don't need to know that. It's okay. I can trust Sam. And I respect the way that Sam breaks apart arguments, takes things down. Again, she and I have the same opinion on the same topics for the most part. I've made another video addressing the Venus statues, and that was a reaction to one of Sam's videos about that. I'll try to link that down below. I think I'm going to create a playlist for this. So, again, let me know what you guys think. I'm reacting to Sam because I like Sam. I'm going to watch her anyway, so I figure, why not? But I did want to back up because there's this whole storyline, and I'm fading out. A whole storyline of stuff that has been going on in the fat acceptance community, and Sam has been covering it. And other fat acceptance, anti-fat acceptance reactors have been responding to things as well. However, Sam's done it the best, in my opinion. And so that's why we are going to stick with Sam to react to. So without further ado, let's go.
Am I losing my mind?
Yes. Yes, we all are. Slowly.
Hey everyone, welcome
Hi.
back to the channel.
Yay.
My name is Sam.
Hi, Sam. Also, I love her background. I love everything about the background. Is this post move? I thought they moved. I don't remember. I guess we'll find out.
If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I am so happy to have you here again with me this week and in the new year. I promise I am coming back relaxed, rested, renewed, refreshed, and ready to talk about more fat acceptance nonsense.
Let's do this!
So I hope you're down for all of the shenanigans that this year will hold for us.
Sorry.
If you are new here and this is the first time you are seeing my face, welcome. I make weekly me. Is there like a fat acceptance bingo card going around that I was just unaware of?
Ooh. Bingo. Oh, card. There is literally a there is a website called Bingo Baker, and there are Haze/fat acceptance bingo cards. Haze fat acceptance bingo card. Can you guys see this? Oh my god. Cisco is a myth. Starvation mode. Healthy eating is expensive. Fat oppression. You're not my doctor. Skinny doesn't equal healthy. I work out. Free Willy. Oh, wait. Alright. Yes, Sam. There is a fat acceptance bingo card. I found it for you. There's actually several. I just downloaded this one because it was the first one. Onward!
Because I was fully not prepared for Oprah to admit that she was taking a weight loss drug, which we talked about last week if you haven't seen it. But I also was not prepared for airlines to announce that they were going to give fat people an entire row of seats for free.
I feel like that wouldn't necessarily be a bingo card. I feel like that was more like prediction card or something like that.
Something we'll talk
But I feel ya.
about a little bit later. I was wholly unprepared for what we're about to talk about today, and that is an OG fat activist influencer announcing unironically that she cannot wipe her own booty, and doing so while tearing down another fat woman.
Here's the thing that I don't. Here's my biggest. No. We'll just say one of my biggest issues with fat acceptance and Haze is that it is inherently anti-feminist. And not in the anti-feminist kind of way is like bro dudes and alpha males. Like, it's not threatened by the fact that women exist. It's threatened by the fact that women might actually get along with each other. It's one of those anti-feminist movements where it's pitting women against women for no reason other than like fat women specifically don't like thin women because they're thin. And as much as I have an issue with the rhetoric and the fake science and just the misinformation and ignorance of fat acceptance and the appropriation of oppression that fat acceptance goes through, I don't like any of that. The fact that the majority of the people within fat acceptance are women also is not unsurprising to me. But the fact that they have absolutely no qualms about attacking other women solely based on their looks, it is just inherently anti-feminist about that. They cannot support each other, and they cannot support women who are not physiologically identical to them. And even then, if you're a fatter woman, it is acceptable for you to go after a slightly less fat woman because somehow you are morally superior to the slightly less fat woman. You are more oppressed than them. And it's absolutely acceptable for them to go after each other in that anti-feminist kind of way. Yet, they will claim that they are a feminist movement. I can think of several other movements that are possibly less feminist than fat acceptance and Haze, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. This actually happened. Let's take a look at Bootygate 2024 together and see if we can figure out what is going on. First, let's take a look at an Instagram story from a very angry FatGirlFlow, because that is what set this whole thing off.
Also, I can't stand FatGirlFlow.
The real tea is that nobody likes a pick-me.
What did I just get done saying about attacking women?
That is what set this whole thing off.
Trigger warning for fat phobia and ableism on the next slide. All right, well, wasn't expecting that to be quite so fast, but trigger warning. Fat phobia. All right, I don't have ableism on this one. Dang it. That would have been too easy.
The real tea is that nobody likes a pick-me.
This is what I'm talking about. She's a pick-me bitch. There's no other term that you could possibly have used. Also, which one of you is being more of a pick-me bitch? The one of you that's losing weight for their own health and knowingly going against the doctrine of their cult, or you who's out here making a video loudly proclaiming that you are not like other women? Isn't that like the definition of the pick-me? Is I'm not like other girls. Isn't that the pick-me?
You don't need it. You don't need it in your life. The ableism, the fat phobia is tired, okay?
She's reacting to a picture that says, full transparency, I have zero remorse or shame for being public about my weight loss. 2 years ago, I couldn't wipe my own ass. That's the tea. And that is what's made FatGirlFlow upset.
There are so many ways to make jokes, to be funny, to do so many interesting things online. And being just a piece of shit, isn't it?
She really took that personally.
It's 2024. Ableism isn't cute. Punching down isn't cute.
Is punching down on my card? It should be.
You shouldn't be ashamed for losing weight. Of course you shouldn't be ashamed for losing weight. Do whatever the you want with your body. You should be ashamed because you're an ableist. Don't be ableist.
I wonder. Okay, for real talk though. She's on this ableist kick. FatGirlFlow is not disabled as far as I understand, other than she's morbidly obese. I could be wrong. But she's throwing ableism around so much, and I wonder if it's because up until this point, FatGirlFlow did not come out and say that she couldn't wipe her own ass. So I do wonder if maybe she wasn't set off by the fact that this other creator admits that not being able to wipe her own boutoir was her breaking point, where she was like, nah man, I'm too big. I can't reach around, I'm too big. So I wonder if because FatGirlFlow reached that point and was like, oh no, now I can't wipe my own butt. What will I do? I guess I'll tell all of my friends to change their lifestyle so that they can wipe my ass for me. I wonder if just like the fact that that wasn't the breaking point for FatGirlFlow, that's why she's so mad. I guess if you guys are following me, like this woman was like, I can't reach, I'm done, time to lose weight. FatGirlFlow was like, I can't reach, oh well, guess I'll keep gaining. And I wonder if like that makes her mad because this woman is actually losing weight. You know, that thing you can't do because reasons. And FatGirlFlow never tried. So she still doesn't believe that she could. Also, she says something about like stretching and yoga to reach around, and it's just like, or a rag on a stick, I guess. I mean, if we're going to be that ridiculous.
Don't be ableist.
Okay, so what we just witnessed together was a very angry Carissa coming online to express that anger at another influencer whose post said, full transparency, I have no remorse or shame for being public about my weight loss. 2 years ago, I couldn't wipe my own ass. That's the tea. That is the singular post that sent Carissa over the edge. The one that sent her into a blind rage where she called another influencer, another woman, we're almost there, another fat woman on the internet, a pick-me bitch and a piece of shit. But even that one story wasn't enough for Carissa because she continued on to share multiple textbook-length stories about why she chose to not stay in her lane, stating that
don't message me and ask me why I couldn't stay in my lane on this one when influencers say poop to a community that they make money off of. That is cruel and harmful. I will always say something. All she said was she herself could not physically wipe her own body. How is that cruel and harmful? If you are not truly in community with other fat people, you can't possibly know the shame and sadness that we work so hard in supporting one another to overcome. And then someone comes along and says something that is just, ew. It sucks, it's mean, and mean girls are out in 2024. Huh. I'm pretty sure that show got renewed. Isn't there a movie or something? Sorry. First off, I thought it didn't matter what size or shape you were healthy at any size. So wouldn't that imply that you are capable of physically taking care of yourself at any size, thereby implying that you should be able to wipe your ass at any size? Ergo, her mentioning that she couldn't is not technically an attack on you guys because all of you can do it anyway. And also, maybe that's the problem. I don't know, it like goes nuts every now and then. Also, what is the next thing? Oh, she says something that is just ew, and then goes on to write a post about how she herself cannot wipe her own ass. Who's oversharing? So nothing in that post is anything like what FatGirlFlow is saying she's reacting to. What is going on? Why is this so bad? I feel like it just has moments where it just goes bazonk. In and out for plus size influencers 2020 floor 4. Out. Making people who follow our accounts feel bad about themselves. Mean girl energy. Pretending you don't understand that your contributions have impact. Flo, there's a mirror over here if you wanna go look in it real fast, because like, weren't you just trying to make this girl feel bad about herself? And then also, weren't you basically being a mean girl to her? And also, everything that you're saying and doing has impact, and you're directly attacking an individual with the hope that what you're saying and doing will have a direct impact on that individual. I can't think of something that doesn't fall under bullying more. Putting that one out there. In supportive community spaces. I will not ever in my life consider fat acceptance or Hayes community being supportive in any way, shape, or form. Aligning the ways we make money with our values. Yeah, good luck with that. That just tells me you haven't been in the real world long enough, and I'm very sorry for that. I'm an incredibly cynical person. I make the cynical guy look hopeful. I just don't let that leak out too much. Anyway. Cynical Dude. The Cynical Dude. My bad. Come on.
That it was her duty to say something when influencers were harming people, and listing the ins and outs of being a plus-size influencer in 2024. Because she gets to dictate that for everyone, don't you know?
And then there's that.
And I just want to stop to read the last 2 bits of this post. That plus-size influencers should create supportive community spaces, as well as align the ways they make their money with their values. Keep that in your brain, because I promise it's going to be relevant at some point, but right now, we gotta focus on the fact that Carissa is still raging.
I have had several people message me and say something along the lines of like, oh, when I couldn't wipe, that was when I started getting really serious about weight loss. Okay. I have no comment on you losing weight because...
We'll get to that. Ask yourself if you would have been kinder to your body if you were met with curiosity and problem solving. P.S. Occupational therapy is an entire career around the idea of making our daily lives accessible. It's valid. I don't think you actually understand what occupational therapy is. Or I guess what occupational therapy is actually for. I'm not saying it's not there to help people make their daily lives accessible, but it's usually people who are compromised in some way and their needs aren't being met by the everyday, like my house. like my apartment building, I have an elderly neighbor who was telling me just today that she's having a hard time getting up and down the stairs of our apartment buildings. The apartment building itself is not accessible in any other way. So I'm not saying an occupational therapist is going to come out and magically make it easier for her to go up and down the stairs. I don't know, maybe they could, but that's kind of what I'm talking about. Not someone who's morbidly obese because they won't quit eating shit. You know, I don't have a ton of pity for people who are morbidly obese. I just don't have a ton of pity for them. And I'm very sorry to put it that way, but I don't.
You weren't yelling, I couldn't wipe my ass to anyone, right? I want to ask, though, if you had told a friend that and you said, I have to lose weight because I can't wipe my ass, and your friend had earnestly looked at you and said, so why do you have to lose weight?
I would stop being friends with that person, probably, because that's weird. Hey, friend, I can't do this basic life maintenance, personal maintenance thing anymore because I've eaten myself fat. And my then friend goes, yeah, and? What do you mean, yeah, and?
You know, there are other...
All right, my best friend watches this stuff occasionally. So if by some random chance you are watching this video and you've made it to this point in the video, if you, at any point in our lives together, if I had come to you and said, dear friend, I cannot wipe my own ass anymore, what would you have said to me? Because I have always been the bigger person in the relationship. She has always been very small, to the point where when people are like, skinny shaming doesn't exist, bitch, I will take you out. That was my friend growing up. So my friend, I'd ask you, if my fat ass had come to you at any point during our relationship and said, I can't wipe my own ass, honestly, what would you have said to me? Because I want to know. I'm going to text you after this. Just, because I'm actually genuinely curious at this point.
There are options to help you with that, and there are stretches you can do to make that easier on you. What would have been different there? Like, what have we been taught, and what can we put into the world so that it's different?
So this is a bit of foreshadowing. FatGirlFlow goes on to write some kind of article about the fact that she can't wipe her own ass. And so to her, I say, what stretches are you not doing that you could be doing that would allow you to wipe your own ass? Like, now I'm curious to know, because you're the one here saying, hey, you could be doing stretches that will allow you to reach around behind yourself even at your morbidly obese state. So why, FatGirlFlow, did you not do that yourself so that you didn't have to call your job and your friends and your family and ask them all to install various wiping aids in the restrooms of those locations just for you? So what you're saying is there was a solution that didn't require the world to adjust to your personal hell, but you chose not to do it in favor of having people remodel and install somewhat costly devices in their bathrooms for your individual need. And I'm just curious.
Now, I wanted to include this clip of this story that she did after her original story because I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it. But to me, this reads like people have seen her original story where she's flying off the handle, and likely the people who are seeing this happen in real time are her followers. And so now she's responding to those people who have messaged her saying, hey, actually, that was a turning point for me as well. When stuff like that started happening and I couldn't take care of like easy daily tasks, like that was kind of a wake up call that I needed to make a change and start implementing self care. And Carissa's response to her own audience was kind of an FU as well. I also find it very fascinating, and again, Carissa's been in the fat acceptance, fat liberation space for a very long time, that she actively admitted that if her friend came to her with these very valid concerns about their own health, she would ask them, well, don't you know that there are stretches you can do to make that easier? Why do you have to lose weight? And what she doesn't seem to realize is that that is a horrible thing to say to your friend.
But Carissa, why didn't you do those stretches? That's what I want to know.
Because it's a deflection and a defense mechanism that you're using to A, make your friend feel bad for wanting to lose weight when they have very valid health concerns, and B, to make yourself feel comfortable. That's not being a good friend, trying to dissuade them from something that will help themselves to make you feel better. And not only that, but she's doing it while also telling her friend that they're being ableist and fat phobic. So essentially gaslighting them into feeling bad about taking care of themselves. How do we not see how problematic that is? Like, she had no shame saying that that is the approach that she would take. Do you see the mental gymnastics that go into this, like, line of reasoning and logic? Like, your friend has their own very real, very valid health concerns. But in Carissa world, it's all about making sure she feels comfortable.
I'm glad that Sam addresses this, because honestly I would have missed that, because I'm still fixated on the whole, oh, if you just do some stretches you can still reach, and going on knowing what the Carissa is going to post next. I'm still stuck on, but so why didn't you do that? Why didn't you do the physical therapy that you would need to do in order to reach, as opposed to making everyone else in your life adjust their living space for you?
And the truth is, Carissa could have just left this whole thing alone. She could have just silently unfollowed this person who is now losing weight. She could have just moved on with her life the way that most people would if they start to disagree with what an influencer is doing. But instead, she chose to double down into her own insanity and be a mean girl to not only this other plus size influencer, but also her own audience, which is an interesting choice in 2024. But don't worry, Carissa's not done yet. She clearly has a lot to say on this topic, so let's look at another one.
I just want to reiterate, today and every day, shit, I'll do it every day if you need me to, that no fucking cares if someone loses weight.
You seem to care a lot. Like a lot. Like more than the person losing weight cares. Like you really seem to care about people you don't know potentially losing weight. Are you morally offended, like personally attacked by the fact that I too am actively trying to lose weight? Because it honestly, well, I mean, as of today, it has something to do with you. But before this point, it didn't. Like, it's just like, I feel like now I just need to tell like every single fat acceptance person I come across that you are the reason I am losing weight. Because I just feel like I'm that vindictive. That's why. That's a terrible thing to say.
What most people in the body liberation, fat liberation community care about is that you don't harm anyone on your way to whatever goals you have. So being ableist, being fat phobic, being just, a jerk about bodies in general,
Kind of like what you're doing right now.
that's harmful. We care about that.
Do you?
You can do whatever the you want with your body.
Can I? Because it doesn't sound like I can. It really doesn't sound like you think I should be able to do whatever I want with my body. And, coming from the generation I come from and going through the shit that I went through as part of that generation, I really get like angry when people tell me that I can't do things with my own body that have absolutely nothing to do with you. We really don't learn from history. And this is example A. We really just don't learn from history.
Just stop saying shit that's harmful.
Now, this clip was
Because apparently saying, I can't wipe my own ass is harmful to someone besides me, who is the one who cannot wipe my own ass. This is getting demonetized just because of how many times I say the word ass.
worth inserting into the video for me because we see Carissa saying it's her goal as part of the fat liberation movement to not harm people as she reaches her goals, right? That's essentially what she's saying. If you're a plus size influencer, you shouldn't actively harm people to get to where you want to go, i.e. making money, being an influencer, etc. But despite saying those words out loud multiple times in multiple stories, she still fails to realize that her own response, her words, her actions, her angry off-the-wall Instagram stories were all made to attack another fat woman, another plus-size creator.
As I said, fat acceptance and health at every size is inherently anti-feminist.
Like,
Sam's expression is exactly how I felt the first time I watched this video a month ago. Yep, that tracks.
Am I losing my mind?
Yep.
Did we not just watch her cuss out another plus-size woman?
Yep.
In the name of not harming anyone?
Yes.
Like, is that what happened, or is that not what happened? I feel like I'm being gaslit here.
I think that's part of the tactic. It's, it's the old, a lie repeated enough times becomes the truth. And I think fat acceptance and Hayes, like, completely buys into that crap. Like, they really honestly believe if they just keep saying shit enough times, in enough different ways, in enough different spaces, that it's just going to become true. And the fact that there's some BS law in New York City that protects fat people from discrimination just kind of reinforces that this is real. It really does work. Why am I so fuzzy? What is this? I just gotta remember to stay here. Alright. Sorry about the camera change, but it had to happen.
Because that's very clearly what she just did. But okay, in the name of not harming anyone, I guess you're right. And then, to top it all off, to put the cherry on top of this situation, Carissa went ahead and had the audacity to tag her own blog and affiliate.
Taking care of your plus-sized body, hygiene tips, and more. With Carissa naked with strategically placed suds.
Affiliate links for plus-size hygiene tips. In the same Instagram story. I swear you cannot make these things up. Now, in addition to Carissa's unhinged Instagram stories, her partner Juliana also took offense to this and decided to write a blog post. Have you ever seen a social media post that punched you right in the gut? Another body positive influencer turned anti-fat mean girl is out here serving lukewarm takes in the new year. I'm not shocked. Did we? It feels like something is missing here because
So this is FatGirlFlow's partner.
The only person serving mean girl energy in this situation is Carissa. She started these unhinged Instagram stories calling a very innocent person who only posted that they were unashamed about their weight loss a pick-me bitch and a fat-phobic piece of shit. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like that's the mean girl energy they're looking for. But don't worry, the blog continues. This is happening with frequency now. I think it's because we're all aging into our 30s, and as our bones creak and muscles tense, we're discovering our internalized ableism. This call out to hitting your 30s is intriguing to me because it's the thing we are always talking about here on the channel. My YouTube colleagues are talking about it. But it's interesting to see them actually admit it in writing on this blog. Right? They're narrating for us that the body is essentially functioning like that of a much older person who did not try to stay mobile.
Yeah, it's really I think it's because we're aging into our 30s. The youthful age of a lot of these fat acceptance girls, sorry, they're women. The youthful age of a lot of these fat acceptance women is not lost on me. These are women who are 2 to 3 times larger than I am. And I know at my age that some, if not, I wouldn't say everything that hurts on me is because of my excess weight, but I do know that it complicates my arthritis. And the heavier I am, the more it hurts. The arthritis itself, I've had since I was 16, so it's not going anywhere. But the point is I can mitigate how much it, hurts by not gaining weight, managing my weight. It's like one of the number one ways. But now you've got these 20-somethings that are turning into 30-somethings, and they're like, yeah, everything hurts. It doesn't have to hurt in your 30s, you guys. You don't have to fall apart when you turn 30. It's a funny joke. It really is. And yeah, we all used to joke about it when I was in my 20s going into my 30s too. But honestly, like, my knees and my hips and all that shit didn't really start to give me issues until I was around late 30s, early 40s. And a lot of that, honestly, is because I did so much physical labor throughout my 30s. You don't have to hurt in your 30s. You can be physically fit and not hurt. Okay? I don't have to hurt in my 40s. There's probably like a 50 or a 60-year-old out there who's like, "Dude, you don't need to be in pain in your 40s." I probably don't need to be in pain at any point in my life. Maybe when I'm 80, maybe. But that's my point. If I had been a healthier person and took better care of myself physically, I probably would be basically pain-free, except for whatever complications my arthritis would be giving me. Because this shit isn't going anywhere. I got this from genetics, yay me, but I can take care of it by managing my weight. These girls have been huge their entire lives. And when you're in your 20s, you're freaking immortal.
The description of bones creaking and muscles tensing is unusual when it's paired with them being in their 30s. Do they not see that? Your body should not be causing you that much pain or that much shame or that much embarrassment in your 30s. And if it is through something that can be fixed, through your own version of being healthy, shouldn't you work towards that? Like, to me, that doesn't seem like a bad thing. If you can fix the thing that is ailing you, why wouldn't you do it? Shouldn't you take it?
Because effort. And you have to admit that it's your own doing and that it's not someone else's fault. And that seems to be something a lot of these women don't want to do. And I say women because it's mostly women. I know there's a handful of men involved, but mostly it's women.
To me, it reads like Carissa being upset about someone who has two options, right? They can either choose to use a wheelchair or go to physical therapy to learn to walk again, right? The doctors think maybe there's an option where they can have that mobility, but they're going to have to work towards it. And the person chooses to work towards it and learns to walk again. That person being excited about being able to walk again is not denigrating people who use wheelchairs because they're excited about their own situation. And maybe they even have a newfound understanding of the people who have to use the wheelchairs. It's not wrong to be excited about your own circumstance changing for your own health. And that is exactly what happened here. Now, I feel like when I started investigating, because I needed to know who this person was who sent Carissa off into this blind rage that we all just witnessed, I was fully expecting to find some influencer who had been super fat and was now super thin, who was using their platform to promote horrible things like fad diets or toxic teas or, things like that.
At this point, if fat acceptance hates an influencer, I'm almost positive it's going to be either someone who is incredibly basic, like absolutely nothing of note, like not in a mean kind of way. They're just like a normal person, or it's going to be somebody who is basically still qualifies as being part of fat acceptance who just happened to lose like 10 pounds. That seems to be what it is. They hate skinny women anyway, so like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are or where you came from. If you're skinny, they're going to hate on you anyhow. But they really hate average people who just happen to successfully lose weight and people who used to be fat who lost 10 pounds, who are still technically fat. Like these people are still clinically obese and they lost 10 pounds. The world will end.
Whose Instagram was full of before and after photos, all of the things that would set a fat activist off the way we just saw Carissa going off. But that's not what I found at all. Rosie is a lovely creator. She's a size 20, doing fashion hauls for plus size people, and
ooh, I like that. Oh, that's my jam right there. I was like, the black dress is really cute. I would wear that, and then you put that coat on there, and it's just like, ooh, it's faux velvet, you guys. Look at the buttons. Sorry, my inner goth just went squee. Apologies for that as well.
Sharing that she wants to be open about her weight loss because she wants to.
Ooh, I like that too. Rosie Beam and I can be friends. I like her fashion. Rosie, come to my closet. Bring all of your clothes.
Be transparent about her use of
Oh, that's
Manjaro
so cute.
to aid her. And she also just wants to share that weight loss doesn't
I would still wear it. I don't like it as much as the other ones, but I still like it.
have to be bad, and it doesn't
I know you all care desperately.
have to be torturous. That
And she has a big old ginger cat. Rosie, come be my new BFF. You're probably nowhere near Pennsylvania. Actually, I still have my old BFF. You can't be my new BFF, but we can still be BFs? GFs? Wait a minute. What's that going to translate to? All right, that was silly. Let's stop now.
is what sent Carissa into all of what we just saw. That is what made Juliana write a blog post. A blog post that continued to say, others have chosen to use their mobility challenges as motivation to rekindle that flame with Mr. Shame. A rose by any other name still smells
Mr.
like you think
Shame.
less of fat and disabled people, folks.
Nope. Doesn't even come close to that. That's you putting words in people's mouths. That's a logical fallacy. It's a straw man.
Where did Rosie ever say she looks down on fat or disabled people? If anyone was going to understand their plights as plus size women on the internet, it's Rosie. But now she can't relate to you at all because this is the way you chose to respond. And those are the names you chose to call her. And those are the assumptions you chose to make. Looking a lot like Carissa and Juliana are coming from a place of defensiveness. And defensiveness, as we know, if we've read any Brené Brown, I've read all of them, it's a self-protection mechanism. It comes from insecurity within you.
I've never read any of whoever that was she just mentioned. And yes, it is when you find yourself getting defensive about something or someone, you really should stop for a long minute and self-reflect. I'm not saying I'm perfect at this, but I have learned some very interesting things about myself by doing just that. You might surprise yourself. Put it out there.
Yourself. That's what makes you feel like you need to be defensive. According to Psychology Today, signs of defensiveness include feeling like you're being attacked, speaking condescendingly, and shifting focus away from yourself.
Marissa.
Well, Juliana and Carissa are the only ones here who have checked all of those boxes, but have also been touting themselves as though they're standing on some sort of moral high ground, something that Rosie never did, which again is intriguing because there's absolutely zero self-awareness in this.
I like that Rosie Beam, as far as I can tell, because I'm not following them yet, but I will, is unbothered. Completely unbothered by this. They put their little post out saying why they were losing weight. It sounds like she's being very open about how she's managing to do it. And I think at this point, just ignoring everyone else is probably the best. I don't think people understand how powerful simply ignoring people is. Like, just ignore them. If nothing else, it will drive them absolutely crazy because you're ignoring them. So it's still a win. Like, not only do you not have to put up with their BS, but you're driving them nuts by not acknowledging them. That's a win in my book. None of the problems, and you drive them crazy. Sorry.
This whole situation from these two people who are so angry. Now, let me draw you back to the two text posts that Carissa made because I promised they would be relevant. So let's walk through that together real quick.
Yay.
One said, when influencers say things to a community that they make money off
I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
of that is cruel and harmful,
Excuse
I
me.
will always say something. If you are not truly in community with other fat people, you cannot possibly know the shame and sadness that we work so hard in supporting one another to overcome. Do you want to know how Carissa has built this fat community to learn about the sadness and shame that they need to overcome? Well, she did it by making money off of them. That's right. Carissa runs her very own fat camp, where you can pay up to $2,200 for lodging, meals, yoga, a pool party, crafts.
Sofa bed in shared room, Fat Cap 2024. $1,800 for a sofa bed? Girl. The day pass is $850? How? And they're sold out. I hope that's a big sofa bed because that's going to be really uncomfortable. That's uncomfortable for a normal person. I can't only imagine what that's going to be like for an obese person.
And community building activities, as well as a swag bag. She also partners with a photographer to photograph fat camp activities, making even more money off her attendees by selling the photos in a calendar.
$40 for a calendar. I love Pusheen. This is relevant. Pusheen calendars come in at I think the one I want is an out of print Pusheen calendar. It's $27. I only want it because it's all of the cat cafe artwork that she did. I want to say 2 years. I think it's the 2022 calendar, and I never purchased it. The wall calendar. That's an out of print calendar full of art. $27. And you want $40 for this calendar. There's barely even room on this calendar to write anything down and actually use it as a calendar. Like, at least the Pusheen one has space in the calendar part to write things. Putting it out there. Wow. Also, I don't for a fucking minute believe you're playing tennis.
And the best part of all of this, again, you can't make this stuff up, is that she runs a fat camp at a facility that is not even fully ADA accessible.
How accessible are the grounds? While the venue is not ADA accessible, the areas we are using to host are all on one level. Cars are permitted on the property, and you can drive between cabins and the lodge if you like. You can request an ADA accessible room on the pre-planning survey that will be sent via email after checkout. The property is hilly. To get from the cabins to the event center, pool, and conference room, there is a walk that includes a large hill. We will have a van and a camp counselor on site who will be taking people to and from their cabins at a scheduled interval. If you need to have a handicapped van accessible, please let us know. We are happy to communicate with you throughout your planning and will be on site during the stay. Should you need any accommodations, please do not hesitate to let us know how we can make this weekend accessible for you as possible. It may not be fully ADA accessible, but I will give them props for trying to make it as accessible as possible, considering what it is. Because, I mean, some of these people probably can't walk up a hill or from cabin to wherever the hell this is. So, I mean, they're trying to fill in the gaps where there are gaps. So I'm not entirely sure how you would make a fully ADA acceptable campground, because I'm not really sure what all the requirements are. So I will give them this much, that they are trying to fill in the holes, which I think is the best you can do when you don't have, when you can't personally build the area out yourself. So I'm not going to give, after reading that, I don't think this is the gotcha Sam thought it was. However, it is a little weird.
Just let that sink in. Carissa and her partner really thought they were doing something here. And maybe they did, but I don't think it's what they intended. Not only did they announce to the entire world that they can't wipe themselves, they also described their own 30-something-year-old bodies as creaky and tense, which is them admitting that there are indeed complications that come with being extremely overweight. And this isn't the first time they've documented them. There are old posts from Carissa Juliana talking about immobility, not being able to walk, not being able to breathe while walking, chronic pain, and a whole host of other problems. So they're just solidifying that for the world, that there are actually complications that have less to do with being 30-something and more to do with being extremely overweight and potentially immobile due to that weight and nothing else. These are things that can be fixed either through sheer will or with medical intervention, and neither of those are bad if they're done correctly. And what's even better is that Rosie was actually proving that point, right? You don't have to be stick skinny to just start improving yourself and improving your quality of life. She went from a size 24 to a size 20 and is just talking about how much mobility that's given back to her. She's using a walking pad and focusing on mobility and just moving more. All things that are not torturous, and perfectly acceptable ways for her to take care of her own body. She did not do anything that deserved getting this much vitriol aimed her way. Which leads me to my final point, which is that once again, Carissa and her partner proved that the most hateful, spiteful, mean girls in these conversations on the internet are the fat activists themselves. And that likely stems from their own internal turmoil of knowing that they need to do something to improve their own quality of life, but realizing that they can't because they need to remain fat to continue making money off of other fat people.
And I honestly think that's Anna's problem from Glitter and Lasers. Anna is doing everything someone who is trying to lose weight would do except clean up her diet. And even then, she's kind of sort of saying she's cleaned up her diet, but if she's really eating the food she's been cooking on her Instagram, she's not doing too good of a job. Anyway, Anna can't come out and say that she is actively trying to lose weight because she's so entrenched in fat acceptance and health at every size that she would lose even more followers and receive even more of an attack than she did when she originally came out and said that she had to lose weight because of her health. She got attacked, I think, by FatGirlFlow pretty openly for announcing that she has health problems that require her to lose weight. And FatGirlFlow was not sympathetic whatsoever about it and actually took some heat for it, but FatGirlFlow is not the only person that went after Anna for trying to lose weight. Now, has Anna lost much weight? No. Is Anna doing... That's a whole... We'll talk about Anna in a whole other video. I've got a whole playlist for Anna, but Anna from Glitter and Laser. So if you want to know that, just go watch that one. But it's that situation. Anna's followers are so... and her brand is so wrapped up in fat acceptance and haze that she can't come out and say, I am actively trying to lose weight. All weight loss must be incidental. And that's also why she can't be more, well, she could be, but I don't think she can be more open about her use of Wegovy, which is a weight loss drug. That's all it does. Ozempic is the one that controls diabetes. And she can't be too open about that because, again, that is actively trying to lose weight. That's not passive weight loss, okay? So I think that's why Anna is so hush-hush about things and so deceptive about things, is because she knows that if she's actually open about it, she'll get she'll get this level of backlash. And Anna originally, as I recall, started losing weight for her health. And Anna still has the same health issues that she started losing weight because of. They haven't improved or gone away, as far as I understand. So it's not like she should stop losing weight at any point. Like, it's just one of those situations. But anyway, carry on, Sam. Carry on.
It's kind of a crappy place to find yourself. And we've talked about that a million times on this channel. The way that it happens with Lizzo and other people who need to...
And God help you if you're a celebrity that loses weight. Just God help you.
Sell how amazing it is to be fat so that they can keep making money. In my opinion, that's the reason they both got so riled up. It has nothing to do with ableism and everything to do with their own insecurities. And we can see that because everything they said was sheer projection. All right, that is all I have for you today on this topic. So at this point, I'm curious to know how you're feeling about...
All right, I'm going to cut Sam off there because Sam just goes on to tell people to, leave comments and that kind of things. Which, if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave an apple down in the comment section because that's random and no one will guess. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below about anything that Sam had to say. We did not get very far on the bingo card. I'm kind of disappointed. But I think I'm going to go get another one. And when we watch another, maybe we'll just make this part of the whole thing. Yeah, but if you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave an apple down in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think about the topic. Let me know what you think about me doing reactions to Sam at every size. Again, I'm doing these mainly because I'm going to watch Sam anyway, and I always have thoughts when I watch Sam's stuff. She and I are usually on the same page. There's been a few incidences where we weren't, but whatevs. And yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Rosie Beam situation, the whole FatGirlFlow situation, Fat Camp situation. Like, would you pay $2,000 to sleep on a fold-out couch at a camp in a cabin? Have you ever slept on a fold-out couch? Do you understand how? Like, I'd rather sleep on a futon on the floor. It's that uncomfortable. Anyway. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. Thank you to everyone who's going to hit the thumbs up button. And like I said, we are almost to 4,000. I will be doing an Ask Me Anything. When we get there, it'll be curated. You know, just letting you know that up front. And I don't think I have anything else to say. So I guess I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hey, hi, hello there. And welcome. I had to check my thing. Hey, hi, hello there. And welcome to an episode of An Anthropologist Watches The Cynical Dude. I know his name. I picked this video. We are reacting to the Cynical Dude for one purpose only, because we just got done watching Sam at Every Size, talking about Rosie Beam and how the fat acceptance, particularly FatGirlFlow and her partner, have been attacking Rosie Beam for losing weight. And Rosie Beam put out a post way back saying, I'm losing weight because I couldn't wipe my own ass. So, you know, these are important details. Sam didn't go into the social media post that I believe it was FatGirlFlow posted. So I wanted to watch the Cynical Dude because I know he does go over it. And also, he and I have kind of the same opinion on this one. Not that he and I disagree on much, but we do disagree. We do. They are long, drawn-out arguments in dark, dark rooms, and both of us leave with many emotional, traumatic wounds. I don't know this man at all. I've never met him before in my life. Though he did move to my state. But yeah, he goes over the whole, this is his fat activist is proud she can't wipe her own butt. Link will be in the description. Probably I will be cutting bits and pieces of this out just because I'm really only interested in the social media post about the person defending how they can't wipe their own butt, and I'm pretty sure it's FatGirlFlow. But this is completing a cycle here. That's why we're watching this one. So it's probably going to, I don't know how I'm going to do this because I talk a lot, and I don't want to put out a 2-hour long video. It's the saga, and I want to talk about all of it in one section, in one chunk. All right, so let's get into this. He is sped up to time and a quarter. He doesn't typically need to be sped up. I just like to watch these videos faster because this is 18 minutes long. And like I said, I talk. So let's go.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back.
Sorry.
An influencer named Rosie Beamy on Instagram recently came under fire from a fat activist named FatGirlFlow when she decided to share her reason for wanting to lose weight, which was because she got so large that she could no longer wipe her own butt. FatGirlFlow got so triggered by Rosie Beamy's post that she went on to write an entire article about it, calling it ableist
It was FatGirlFlow
and all kinds of other crazy stuff. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Rosie Beamy's post, FatGirlFlow's reaction and website, as well as Rosie Beamy's reaction at the end, so stick around. Bye.
That'll be fun. I forgot that was in there. Here's the article that FatGirlFlow wrote on her blog. Do people still keep blogs these days? Do I need to revive mine? So many thoughts. So many thoughts. I just hate WordPress is the problem. But, you know. I need to be a big girl and grow up. Anyway, this is FatGirlFlow's post. I can't wipe my own ass. And I'm okay with it. I would not be. I would not be.
Okay, so she can't wipe her own butt. That's why she got mad at that other person? What? This post may contain affiliate links. Affiliate links allow FatGirlFlow to earn commissions on products we recommend. All opinions are our own. What affiliate marketing is she going to do right here? She's going to sell some device that you put like toilet paper on and it helps you wipe your bum if you're too large to be able to wipe your bum. I'm not going to stop saying bum, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Just making things weird. Have you ever seen a social media post that punched you right in the gut? No, not really. Another body-positive influencer turned anti-fat mean girl is out here serving lukewarm takes in the new year. I'm not shocked. This is happening with frequency now. I think it's because we're all aging into our 30s, and as our bones creak and muscles tense, we're discovering our internalized ableism, because she wants to be able to take care of herself, while some of us are discovering and interrogating our...
God forbid you wipe your ass. Why? Do you understand what you almost... I love you. What do you have against my recording setup? Like, what do you personally have against my recording setup? No, my cat is not spoiled. All right. I don't know what I was talking about. I got ambushed by a cat. Let's go.
Internalized ableism, our non-existent internalized ableism. Others have chosen to use their mobility challenges as motivation to rekindle that old flame with Mr.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. What have we got? We got Free Willy. Highlight it. Ouch. You have claws. Did we get fat oppression? I feel like we got fat oppression. We're claiming it. I don't know. I don't think we got many more of those. I hope you all can hear me from over there. Go.
Shame. A rose by any other name still smells like you think less of fat and disabled people, folks. What? Because she wants to wipe her own butt. I'm sorry, I just have to keep reiterating it because I'm thinking back to her original post, and what she said has literally nothing to do with any of this. Here's the post again. I have zero remorse or shame for being public about my weight loss. 2 years ago, I couldn't wipe my own ass. That's the tea. Well, random influencer number 9, guess what? Actually, she's got like 188,000 followers on Instagram. It's kind of a big deal. I can't wipe my own ass either.
It's kind of a big deal. I wonder if she has more followers than FatGirlFlow, and if that isn't also like a sore spot for FatGirlFlow.
Actually, she's got like 188,000 followers on Instagram. It's kind of a big deal. I can't wipe my own ass either. I haven't been able to make the reach since 2020 when we were all first sent home for the pandemic, and I relied solely on my bidet. Ah, so that's what this is. You identified with that person's statement. They're like, I can't wipe my own butt, and that's a problem. And then you thought, hey, wait a minute. I can't wipe my own butt, and I don't have a problem. Maybe you're just in denial that you do have a problem, homie. Yeah, sorry, homie, to talk this way, but maybe you do have a problem. I don't know why I'm talking this way. I'm a Valley Girl gangster. Don't come for me, homie. Are you still watching? I'm sorry, I'm just weird, dude. What can I say? I literally went nowhere. I lost my ability to reach, and in all honesty, haven't quite found my way fully back
There you
yet.
go.
You know how much weight I gained in 2020? None. None at all. Not one bit.
I actually lost 11 pounds, so that actually motivated me to keep losing. And I didn't become more active, so it was all diet. It was all diet.
I know a lot of people did, but I didn't. I already had my diet dialed in. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody, by the way.
Are you
If you gained
done?
weight during the thing, that's fine. I'm here to help you lose it. I haven't spoken super publicly about this, but I've written about my experience with this particular challenge over the years on my Patreon. So if we subscribe to your Patreon, we get content about you not being able to wipe yourself. Where do I sign up? My friends and family know. What? And for the most part, they all have bidet attachments in their homes too. And now it's finally time to say it loud and proud, I don't wipe my ass. Okay, I also have a bidet, if I'm being honest. But
Ooh, I do too.
it's not because I can't reach my own backside. Also, if you have a bidet, you know when you're done, you have to get some toilet paper and dry things up down there. You can't
True. I mean, it's water. You basically you are literally hosing your ass down. So it's still gonna be like drippy. It doesn't dry itself. Though some of them do come with like an air. It's basically a hair dryer attachment, like you put your hands under for your butt. I don't have one of those.
just leave it all dripping wet. Or do you have one of the fancy ones that has a dryer that shoots like warm air at your backside? That would be nice, honestly. One with warm water would be nice too. Mine just uses the cold water.
I just have a basic bidet.
Although, surprisingly, ice cold water on your rear end, it ain't that bad. You can buy a bidet attachment on Amazon for your existing toilet. I highly recommend it.
I think ours was $35. Like, it wasn't very much, and it took like 2 seconds to attach it. I don't know. My partner attached it, but he said it was pretty easy. So, and we live in an apartment. And actually, the maintenance guy came in one time because we had a problem with the toilet, and he saw our bidet, and he was like, "Oh, that's pretty clever." So, even the maintenance guy likes it.
If you joined my Discord server, you would have heard me talk about bidets 100 times by now. I'm always saying something weird, man. My question is, why does your family know? Hey, Fat Girl Flo, happy Thanksgiving. I am your family. And I call you Fat Girl Flo because I don't know your real name for some reason, right? This makes a lot of sense. I can't wipe my own backside, fam. Yep, I'm sorry to bring this up at Thanksgiving, but I thought you guys should know. Oh my god, that is absolutely horrific. We past the mashed potatoes. It hasn't always been this easy to talk about. The truth is that I have felt a lot of shame about this, like when I spent hours in therapy talking about how my body had betrayed me so much that I couldn't even do something as natural and standard as wiping one's own butthole.
Your body didn't betray you. You betrayed your body.
I think your line of reasoning right there is pretty on point. Although you shouldn't feel betrayed by your body, you shouldn't beat yourself up about this and be like, oh, woe is me, what has happened, my body has betrayed me. And you also shouldn't be like, oh my god, what have I done? That's a waste of time. All those emotions are a waste of time. You literally don't have to spend more than like 20 seconds being like, oh man, I was wrong. What the heck is wrong with me? I'm going to change from now on. And then just focus on changing. You don't have to keep beating yourself up. It becomes non-productive at a point.
He is very anti-therapy and very anti, like, medication. I don't know how anti-medication he can get, but he's been very open about the fact that he doesn't think people should be taking, like, mood-altering drugs and that kind of stuff. More power to him, but he and I disagree on that. Like, if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. You know, if you need to take medication, take medication. I get that he solved his problems through diet and exercise, and that's great. That does work for some people. Some people need a little bit extra. That's fine too. You know? I don't like how he gets a little negative about that kind of stuff. But honestly, that's like one of the very few things I have issues with him. So, you know. There you have it. Let's get this article read.
Felt ashamed while I sobbed in front of my then supervisor, admitting to her that I couldn't return to work in person because I couldn't care for my own toileting needs. What? What? You called your supervisor and told her I can't come back to work because I couldn't wipe my ass? What? Dude, your story has 10 times more flags than Rosie B. Me's story. She's just like, I couldn't wipe my butt, and I was like, all right, man, that's too far. Your story, you're like telling your family, you're crying to your therapist, it's affecting your job. You're like, I can't come back to work, my ass is full of shit.
I mean...
What is this story, bro? Oh my god. You literally told your supervisor, I can't come back to work. I got a butthole full of poo. What do you want me to do?
So gross. It's just so weird. It's weird, and he's making it weirder. It's just... It's weird.
Dude, this is crazy talk, homie. This is crazy. I felt even more shame while I pursued an accommodation at my workplace, requesting that a bidet be put in place for me. What the hell?
I wish the offices I have worked at had bidets, to be perfectly honest with you, because now that I have had one, have you heard the good word of our Lord the bidet? I just kind of want to put that out there. If you don't have one, you don't understand. And if you're from Europe, where apparently these are just standard, no, America does not have bidets in all of our bathrooms. So there. Europe.
I argued the case that this could be beneficial to many, not just me. Who else uses bidets? People with mobility challenges, temporary physical injuries, disabled people, folks of certain religions that require them to use a bidet for spiritual reasons, and yes, sometimes other fat people.
People use bidets. It's not a medical device. It's just a bidet. It's a water gun for your butt. I don't know how else to describe this to you. It is my understanding that outside of America, it's a fairly standard bathroom. Like, it's fairly standard in most bathrooms. It's not just for people with special needs. Everyone can use a bidet for any reason. Like, anyway, as someone who has a monthly cycle, let me say, the bidet, chef's kiss. If you are not someone who does that, it's fine. You don't need to understand. Just understand that those of us who do, I'm telling you, game changer. Game changer.
What religion requires you to use a bidet? For spiritual reasons? Okay, that's new to me. I'm not...
Yeah, honestly, I don't entirely know what she's talking about there, but I'm not entirely familiar with like every religion on the planet. So is there a church of the bidet? I'm wondering if she's not talking about like some sects of Islam, because they're very focused on cleanliness, but I don't know. I'm literally guessing, because I know it's probably not any of the Christian cults here in the States. So I don't know. Maybe there is one. I grew up Lutheran and Southern Baptist, and neither of them required it, so there you have it.
Saying it doesn't exist, I'm just saying I've never heard of it. What strikes me most about this post is the glaring ableism. The anti-fatness is almost to be expected. We're seeing many influencers ride whatever wave brings them praise and popularity.
Is anti-fatness on mine? Fat oppression. I'm still calling fat oppression. I haven't had ableism on any of these. I may need to make some suggestions.
Especially if it means they're hopeful of transitioning into the realm of the straight-sized audience instead of being pigeonholed into the plus-size world. I understand the desire to receive praise for fitting in and being a good fatty by pursuing weight loss.
Good fatty needs to be on this one too. Skinny shaming is a myth. Thin privilege? That was kind of a thin privilege argument.
Sympathetic to those feelings. No, they didn't say that they were doing it to fit in. They said they did it because they literally could not reach their own backside, and that was the breaking point. Ableism is boring. Calling things ableism that are not ableism is boring. And weird. It's really bizarre. Now we're going to take a look at a post by Rosie B. Me responding to this, and then we're going to take a look at a video. So I found out from y'all that there are some creators who are upset with my sharing of my personal experiences of trouble with personal hygiene when I was heavier. I've been called ableist, and there's been a think piece written about me that is floating around. A think piece? I think you're being a little generous. The creators responsible for these opinions are absolutely entitled to their own opinions about my perspective. I'm blunt and sassy about my own experiences, and I'm
Back to this. Cut all of that.
sure they can make people uncomfortable. I'd love to reiterate that my experiences and sharing of them continue to be valid. I didn't enjoy the experience of living in a body that was larger, and that's okay for me to say. That's my experience. I validate and see and enthusiastically cheer on anyone who lives in a body bigger than mine and finds joy in that. What you say about your own body is right. No one can take that authentic experience from you. I also notice that while these creators are well-intended, they seek to protect the hearts of fat people from shame. They also fail to notice that fat people are capable of seeing media and knowing when it doesn't agree with their specific values. So many people have unfollowed me after I shared my positive experience with weight loss, and I welcome that. I trust in your ability to see your true North Star and make decisions that allow you to feel safe. All right.
So this goes back to what we were talking about in the Sam at Every Size video about how FatGirlFlow and her partner, whose name escapes me, they go on the defensive. They attack, they belittle, they try to cancel. They are very negative and hostile and mean girl-esque towards Rosie Beam because Rosie makes a singular post about how she's losing weight for her own health. And Rosie, that's all Rosie says. That's all she says. That she is experiencing health issues. I'm sorry, not being able to wipe yourself is a health issue. You can come for me if you want. But she's trying to improve her health, her own personal physical health, and FatGirlFlow and her partner take umbrage with that. And they go on rant after rant after rant. They write an entire blog post about it. They defend themselves against it, against criticism about their comments. They are on the warpath. And Rosie just makes this little post about, hey, I hear that there's some people who don't like the fact that I'm losing weight. It's okay. If you want to unfollow me, that's okay too. You do you, and that's fine. You know? And I think that's the sign of maturity. You have the people who are personally attacked over someone else doing something that has absolutely nothing to do with them. And you have the other person who not only knows that these two people are out there trying to name and shame and drag them through the mud, and that person goes, you know what? It's okay. I see that you are hurt. I understand that you are hurt. It has nothing to do with me. You do what you need to do, and I'm going to go continue to live my life over here. I think that's like beautiful. I think that's just a beautiful way to do it. To just, see, I said just completely ignore it. You know, not only are you not interacting with that negativity, you don't need that in your life, but you're also driving them nuts because you're not acknowledging them. But Rosie at least goes that extra step of saying, I see you, and also I'm ignoring you. It's just kind of like, only she said it in a much nicer way than I would have done. So there's that. I maturing, you guys. I'm an adult.
Basically, I see you, I hear you, and I don't give a crap. I'm gonna lose weight like I said I was. The perfect response. Now we're gonna take a look at a video from Rosie Beanie responding.
Okay, I just harmed my body and the world at large by walking 20 minutes on my walking pad.
You went for a walk on your walking pad. That's
I just harmed my body and the world at large. Oh, okay. Well, you know, at least you're taking responsibility for that.
real good. Nothing ableist or fat-phobic about... Ugh! Knock it off.
How dare you try to better yourself, you piece of garbage?
I feel really good. My mood is up.
That's weird. Exercise is making...
Her hair is freaking adorable. Even in a messy bun. I hate people whose hair looks good even when they just put it up in a messy bun.
Can you feel good? What the hell?
It was great. I had a great time. And I think that now I really want to show people that weight loss doesn't have to be a inherently harmful activity.
Well, thank you. That's what I'm trying to teach people too.
And not all pursuits of weight loss are by nature disordered. I've never been diagnosed with a disorder.
They accused you of having an ED because you wanted to lose weight so that you could wipe your own backside. You know, that makes a lot of sense. They do say that a lot of EDs stem from wanting to be able to wipe your own bum.
Regarding my eating or exercise habits. And I don't have body dysmorphia. I don't have any of these things that people are self-diagnosing themselves with online now.
Well, you wanted to wipe
I mean, she said it, not me.
your own backside, so you're basically a demon.
Oh, you're basically the devil.
So I'm enjoying my little water. And I'll probably move again later.
Oh, how could you? And that's the end of that.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up here. If I don't manage to, and you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and leave a banana. That's gonna be so random. We're just going through the alphabet, apparently. Leave a banana down in the comments section, down below, and let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I wanted to go over this video specifically because I wanted to see FatGirlFlow's blog post about not being able to wipe her own backside, and I forgot about the Rosie Beam response, so I'm glad we came and watched that. But this is the whole, well, it's probably not all of it, but it's all of the butt wipe saga we're going to go over. So there's that. And I am going to call it the butt wipe saga because I like it now. So once again, thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. Thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to my members. Thank you to everyone who's going to hit the thumbs up button. Again, banana is your emoji down in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see everybody in the next one. Bye! This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.